Good morning, and yes, we missed the 555. The ambassador could not get the coat of arms up quick enough, and we just missed the 555. It just clicked over to 556 a few seconds ago, or before we started. Anyway, I do have the ambassador on the line, and we're going to have more or less of a laid-back conversation today. We don't even have a topic picked out specifically. So we'll see where it's going to go. So I just want to say good morning to the ambassador.
Yes, good morning, Ron, and good morning also to the listeners, or night or evening, wherever you are on the planet when you listen to this show. Yes, so today we don't have any specific message, we just have basically to alterate, and to discuss that what we have been speaking about in the past. Okay. And, this is the war against ignorance that we have been raising. And also, of course, the other subjects, which is the truth will, finally set us free.
Yeah.
And that we should cooperate, brotherhood and sisterhood through the people around the world, and try to unite in a cause to set us all free. And basically, the last thing that is important is peace. Okay. I was, this last days I've been feeling, and there's the same thing. There's a lot of things that happening in the background at this point of time, all around the world, and things are going very positive on some fronts, but at the same fronts we have a lot of people that is aggressing on each other. It's a lot of souls that is leaving our planet in a very negative and bad way. Okay.
Yeah.
And what I really wish is that people should go inside of themselves, especially the people that are committing all these atrocities and who is behind all this evil things. Is that one day you will be facing your crimes. Okay. And people think that no problem, we're gonna take and execute them and that will be fine, but I believe that even we have lawyers in hell. Okay. And I think that you should not think to try to justify that you are correct by killing other people. There's no winners, there's no losers in war. It's only losers. Okay.
Yeah. Only
And
losers.
yeah, and that is basically what people need to realize, and that's basically what we need to unite together. Doesn't matter where we are on the planet, in which nation and which conflict we are talking about. We need to unite together to set us free. Do not cooperate. Don't do violence. If you see someone being, tortured or killed, please intervene. Do not assist, because the quiet voice, when atrocities is happening, it's not really, you are guilty. You are co-conspirator, by sitting still and do not act when you see these crimes being committed.
Yeah. Yeah. Many people in the spiritual community don't understand that, unfortunately. Did you happen to see the TED talk that I posted yesterday on my Facebook wall with this lady named Karima, who talked about the side of terrorism that doesn't make headlines? Did you notice that?
No, unfortunately, I noticed it, but I did not have time yesterday. I was too busy in organizing things in the evening, because I was, as you know, free during the daytime. And I was extremely busy yesterday night to try to, address all the type of different things, that we need to do. And, basically I will look at it and I will see it, but I'm familiar with, this type of conflicts, because you see that many people doesn't understand it. Okay. Extremism and terrorism. Okay. It's a symptom of a disease. Okay. and people likes to fight the symptoms all the time. Okay, we need to fight the causes of what is this sickness. Many times it's like I have been stating over and over again, it is poverty, it is ignorance, it is that is not lack of understanding and knowledge of your religion. And also like I state, it's like people doesn't realize, when you kill, just take and think about it, go deep inside yourself. I mean, someone comes into your house and torture your family to death. Will you listen to this guy? Will will you have compassion to this type of person? Or will you be filled with hate and want to revenge this person for the rest of your life? This is a spiral, that is created, by this violence that never ends.
Did you ever hear about what happened in Rwanda, where the two tribes were basically, one was massacring the other tribe, and the tribe that had been massacred actually rose to the place of forgiveness, and one of the ladies actually took in. I watched the video. I have the DVD, in fact. One of the ladies whose family was killed took in the man who actually executed members of her own family and forgave him. And it was a message of forgiveness and reconciliation that brought tears. And it just, through all of that she suffered personally, she was able to find the place of forgiveness. That is where we all need to be going if we're going to heal humanity. Because even if we change the people at the top of the pyramid, if we don't heal the wound that's in the human soul and come to reconciliation within ourselves, we're not going to be able to find that peace and create that peace in the world.
No, I think this is what we need to do, all of us. That's why, when I've been talking about surrender, admit your faults, and repent, okay, and show that you are willing to change. And like I stated many times, is to and now I'm talking to all people, from all around the world. It's like, it's no one without sin. Anyone on the planet has committed sin. Anyone has committed faults in their past life. We have interacted with people in a manner that, we are looking back and said, why did I do that? Why didn't I do like that? We, and it's tormenting us. It can tormenting us in years. Okay. In some cases, we committed crimes that we do not feel that we committed a crime. Because it was justified. In some cases, you were even accused for things that is not true. Okay, and you were still being punished for it. It's like I state. It's like this, that we should ask our enemies, okay, for forgiveness. Okay, and we should show by good attention. Okay. And by killing and torturing and enslaving people, it's like I say, try to create a new legacy. Yes, and do what is right. I mean, you see people, international politics that's going on, the endless blame game.
Yeah.
And the finger pointing from all corners to each other, that, oh, this person is bad, this person is not real, this person is lying, this person is an evil person, this person is this and this and that. And you can see it so much in the politics. But, have any one of these people looked themselves in the mirror and said that, what am I myself? Yeah, you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, for example, it's a quite interesting thing. I was watching this, Sarah Palin, okay? Accusing Obama and finger pointing against Obama and wanting him impeached. Okay, I just give her a message. Okay, repent, because you have committed crimes against humanity. Okay, now it's not, Obama's also done that, but on the other side, she has also committed crimes against humanity. She has also spread hate speeches, and she's spreading hate and fear to people. She's enslaving people and so on and so on. This is just an example of how people, by their words, creating evil on the planet. So, look at yourself in the mirror and say, how can I change the world? You know, like for example, I sent you over, yesterday, what we are doing, as you know, is we're going through media things all over the world, all different type of channels. It doesn't matter if it's, which country is sending in and wherever we are processing all information all around the world and doing our evaluations and making our strategies for the best of humanity. And so, even, of course, even the small American puppet politicians, we know what they're up to, and like Sarah Palin. But it's just like an example of how a person can be, so distant from reality. And and also, like you see, like yesterday, I sent you over the, what is his name, the Blaze show there with Mr.
Oh, Glenn Beck.
Yes, Glenn Beck. And you have now seen, two times, how he basically is coming out from a truthful point of view. He is basically repenting and surrendering and do what's right instead of what is benefiting for him. Now, of course, I mean, he has a lot of steps to go through before he, probably would be set free himself. And the question is if he, how far he's ready to involve in his transformation. But I still pray and hope for for him to truly become what he could be.
Yes, and I wish that for all people, because we all have greater potential than we realize. All of us do.
And also it's like I see, it's like you have a lot of people in the alternative media that works hard to try to expose truths, and some of them become demonized, and they're and people is criticizing them and so on. But you have to give it to them. At least they're trying to wake up people. They're doing some form of contribution. It's like I stated to to you many times before, is that I don't really care if you claim to be a pink dragon or a blue dragon, or you are the empress of the world, or the the unique princess, or Karen Hughes, or whoever you want to and whoever you want to claim you represent and do. If you do that on a good intention, and your intention is to liberate humanity, and you do it for assisting the human race to evolve into something better, I congratulate you and I support you. You understand? If you're involved in something that I see being a deceptive nature, okay, and I see that you are doing something which is do not coincide with what is our goals, and you claim you're with us, then basically I just want you to wake up. It's never too late for someone to change. We can change after this show. You understand? And that's basically what I think that the Red Dragon wants to state through his message is basically, and is that people should basically try to surrender. And what I mean is to surrender to their own free will and understand that they are the root of good and evil. And if we decide to do what's good, we're going to be able to shorten these years of tribulations. And it's like I stated, I don't want, people to violently go out and arrest and throw these people into jail and stuff like that, even if they deserve it, to be put in re-education camps. But, they have a chance to, re-educate themselves, reset themselves, and start over. But if they do not do that, then most likely they're gonna have to be removed in a physical form, and which is happening all around the world as we are speaking. And and this is the thing, is that we have seen so much violence in the human history, even though the human history only coincides with 5 minutes of the whole time of the earth existence. We have committed so much atrocities against the planet. We have committed so much atrocities against ourselves. We have committed so much atrocities against other animals. And most of us, we have committed so much crimes against ourselves, okay? By lying to ourselves, allowing deception, and basically just believing that, we are some type of unique people, that all this nation building and naturalism and race, the white race is better than the black race. The Asian race is smarter than the black race, and the black race is stronger than the red race, and all this type of ridiculous thing. The minds of the people, is what is powerful. And also, like ourselves, like I stated, it's like we all, dies, we all bleed, we all, fall in love, we all feel happy, we all feel sad, we all feel pain. So, I mean, we are united in that cause. And, I think that we should, make sure that we understand that wherever we live, we share this planet, and let's take care of this planet, and so that we can all live here all together in a, in a good format, But humans need to reset. And I think people always talk about the global currency reset. And that's the most important thing, because people is worshiping money. They're
That's the most
enslaved.
important thing to the worshippers of the money.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, they are worshiping money. It's the money that is the important thing. They think the money is the solution. It's like the Pope state. As you know, I'm not a very much supporter to the Catholic Church. Not as I am not against Catholics, but I'm against any type of hierarchy organized religion, because I believe it's satanic. But the thing is this way, is that my personal opinion is that, like he said, is people worshiping money. And this is what's happening at this time. People are worshiping money. People is running after money. People are selling their souls for money, and people are killing for money. And everything is about money, money, money. We need, I think we need a reset of ourselves. That is what we need.
The
And then maybe
problem,
after.
the money problem stems from the fact that the structure of the world is a corporate structure, and the
Mm,
corporate structure is a fictional structure. It's
mm,
not reality. I'm going to be doing a video, maybe the one for the next video after today. I'm going to be doing a video on the fact that humanity and corporations cannot peacefully coexist, because one is alive and the other is dead. And there is no communion between a dead legal fiction and a living human being. In
mm.
fact, there can be no valid contract between a human being and a fictional corporate entity.
Mm. Oh, but this is the way that human nature wants to distance themselves from responsibility. Is always someone you want to blame. That's the human nature. Look at, since when you look at the children, you can ask, oh, who did that? Oh, it was him. Oh, it was a, it's the human nature to try to blame someone. That's why they created the structure of corporations, where you can blame it on a fiction, which is, doesn't need to take the responsibility. You understand? And and the same thing is that, with governments and politicians. I mean, this is always the same thing. They're always blaming each other, even though they serve the same corporations and the same entities, because they serve money. And that's what we need to change, is that they need to try to make a legacy for themselves, and make history. And all this empire building that has been done in our human history has all fallen. And normally the times when this type of civilizations are falling, it's usually a lot of horrible things for the leaders that was enslaving the people. This is almost like a pattern promised by God. So I think that you guys should wake up and think that it's nothing that has been internal. I mean, you had all the Roman Empire that was big and fall. I mean, you had Hitler that was became big and fall, and it was other people that were, Napoleon, big and fall. I mean, you had all this great so-called war heroes and war entities and empires. They all at one point of time fall. Okay, and you cannot win the hearts by violence and threats and intimidation. You have to win them by winning their hearts. Okay, and that's what I recommend to the politicians, to try to set a good example and win the hearts of the people.
Yeah, there's no consent when it's done by intimidation and threat of force and coercion. Uh, that's you can't even create a lawful contract using those means, and yet those are the very means that our corporate governments use against the people to commit crimes and to extort the value from the people, from the people's creativity, from the people's labor. They think that they have to get a piece of the pie just because they claim to be authorities. And this structure of human society is destructive, and it will not be sustainable. It cannot be ultimately sustainable, which is why these type of civilizations ultimately fall. And as you said, historically, the pattern is it's usually with bloodshed. What we're trying to create now, what my goal is, what your goal is to create a peaceful transition from the old paradigm to the new paradigm, the paradigm of greed and violence, to a paradigm where we cooperate with each other instead of competing.
Mm. No, I think that we have to realize in every society around the world you have a weak part of society and a strong part of society. And sometimes the strong part of society need to assist the weak part. But also, of course, I'm not a person that's sanctioning parasites. What I mean with parasites is like the corporations that make people work, and you have to pay taxes to them, and you were enslaved to basically give away almost a lot of things that you earn, and you cannot do whatever you need to do. You can take countries, for example, that makes up such a structure that basically, even if you have a huge salary compared to other nations, you have a lesser living standard in another country that has much less salary. Why? Because of all the taxes and fees that the government is taking from the people, and that basically a form of slavery and a way to enslave people and keep them under control and not allow them to rise to the full potential.
Yeah.
And so that they can always claim that, oh, we're ones who are in the elite, we are the unique ones, the rest of you guys are just the common one goal. And this is what basically we internationally need to cooperate and work together, because the weaker parts of the world needs the assistance of a stronger part of the world, but we don't need to teach them how to generate and how to sustain themselves, not like just like I stated so many times, don't just give them a fish when they're hungry, and then next time what's going to happen. Allow them to be able to sustain themselves in the future, and to generate trades and generate communication over the borders, and that one country who has one quality, the other country has another quality, work together and compensate, exchange these different qualities, and work together to to do it. I mean, humanity has survived all around the world doing different type of things. I mean, the humans are very strong and prevailing. You understand what I mean? And when we come together, and I think that's important. We need to come together in these times and unite. And and most importantly, it's like all this, like TV channels like BBC and CNN and Al Jazeera and all this corrupt media, professional paid liars, propagandists, okay, who lives and survives in trying to put forward fear into people. These people needs to, it needs to stop, okay. And that's basically what they are, like as a co-conspirators, you understand, for all the evil,
Mhm.
and I think that if they would release the truth to the people and do what they're supposed to do or what they claim to represent, I think that that would be a time for them also to remit and surrender, if you understand my
Yeah, well,
feeling.
it's time for people to realize that that the media are paid propagandists, and
Mm,
they're not free most of the time to speak from their heart, to tell the truth from their perspective. They're
mm,
told what to say, and anybody that's watched some of the videos that have been put out about how on a certain day you can take 25 different local TV stations in the United States, and every single one of them is saying the same phrase over and over and over again in their headline news story. It's the same message. Why? Because it comes from a central location. They're
mm,
told what to read. They're not reporters, they're readers.
mm,
They read what they're given to read. And we need to get beyond this. If we're going to have a free, peaceful society, we have to have a free press. We have to have a media that people are able to get the truth and to hear different sides of the same issue so that they can make up their own mind what truth is.
mm. And this is also an important thing that I wanted to state. I have traveled all around the world, as you know, Ron, and I've been in many different countries and met a lot of different people and interacted with many different people of different cultures and religions. And but my opinion is that if you're sitting there in your apartment somewhere around the world and just look and watch and see what is on the TV, the world becomes extremely frightening. Okay. Now, in reality, everything that is foreign to you or outside your own in understanding, becomes scary for you. It becomes frightening for you, like these scary Muslims. And Iran is a very dangerous country. It's horrific. It's so terrible there over there, and things like this. I
Well,
think
that's the lie, right?
yes, of course, I recommend you to go there. It's all Muslim fanatics. You go there, you probably find that the population is 80% atheist. Okay. Now, the same thing, like Pakistan, and you go there to, it's a very, by my personal opinion, I think the people are extremely nice and kind. And, the only ones that are corrupt, most likely the rich people and the politicians over there. And that's the way all around the world. You go to Africa, and you go to all these different places, you will find people reaching out to you, welcoming you, being kind.
Hello?
Yes, hello. I being cut here. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I thought
Yes.
I lost you for a second.
Yeah. So what we can do there is to try to do our best, like I stated, and hope that people will be inspired to assist everyone in this battle against ignorance, and to assist each other in trying to do what is best for all of us. Okay. And now when we see so much problems around the world, I recommend people not to be scared. Okay. And I recommend people to raise up and to demonstrate their resent and hatred for all type of violence, and doesn't matter which country is behind the
Right.
violence. We are against the violence, and the violence and the aggression on the planet has to stop. Okay,
Yeah.
and I think that's what basically we need to do, and that's what's very important, that we need to struggle together, all of us, to liberate humanity and have a global reset of guilt and sin and hate and violence, and return to love and peace and prosperity, and an enlightenment humanity that is enlightened by knowledge and not suppressed by fear and hate.
Yeah. Well, it's been a really laid back conversation, and we haven't, what we've gone about 25, or no, 30 minutes now. Yeah, we started at 5:56 and now it's 6:26. So we didn't really know, what we were going to talk about. I didn't give you much time before this because of my sleep patterns last night. But is there anything you want to say, like in closing, or?
Yes, of course. As a closing, I would like to wish everyone that is doing the good work all around the world. I want to wish you and congratulate you and give us, I want you to know that you have all our support. And I believe that we are in a very crucial time. And I think that we're all going to be having a lot of glad tidings, any second now or any day or anything. But it's all up to you all, people. We all people are responsible to work together to allow this thing to happen. And I believe that we will prosper, we will win, and we will survive. And we will work together to create what we need, and that's basically a happy future for ourselves and our children.
Thank you, Mr. Ambassador. Much appreciated, and namaste.
Thank you very much. Bless everyone.